I love our mission statement. Our mission statement, we're very familiar with it, but I never get tired of it. I mean, what could be more central than educating and cultivating servants for Christ? I mean, it's the ultimate mission, and I love it, and I hope we never change it or even tweak it. I've served CVCA as a teacher. I came to the school in 1984 and was a teacher from 1984 to 1990. Then I became headmaster of CVCA for about 12 years, followed by a stint in the presidency from about 2001 to 2016 when I moved to a full-time role in the development office. The founding of CVCA is a wonderful story. It was a group of primarily Christian businessmen who had been associated with Chapel Hill Christian School, wanted to begin a secondary school as their children were going to be moving on from the K through 6 setting that they were in. I've always thought it's really amazing that none of these men were educators, but that was a tremendous blessing because it actually forced them to rely completely on the Lord every step of the way. As they followed the Lord's leading, you might say, well, everything was easy for them, but that's not the story at all, which it never is. The Lord allows us to go through real trials and crises because He knows that's how we grow. So if you know anything about the early history of our school, there were a number of challenges, but that drove our founding board members to their knees, and the CVCA grew stronger and thrived as a result of that. I've always believed that there's no statute of limitations on the Lord choosing to honor the obedience and sacrifice of the founders of this school. So I think we're ongoingly blessed because of what they did. Obviously, a part of that is teachers who have followed those founders and their commitment to the school. They're people who see this as their ministry here is not just a job, but as a sacred calling, and that besides that, they're deeply committed to our mission of educating and cultivating servants for Christ. I don't think our mission and ministry has ever been more relevant. There's a scripture in Hebrews that goes something like this: Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Yet we live in a culture which is in free fall. So the idea that there would be at CVCA a corrective to what our kids are and families are seeing and experiencing every day in the current culture is just a wonderful blessing. The Royal Legacy Society is an opportunity to support CVCA's mission through a bequest or by designating CVCA in a will or retirement plan. Friends of CVCA who would do that really are leaving a legacy, and so that's why we call it the Royal Legacy Society. If you have any interest in exploring that, I'd be delighted to talk with you. So just reach out to me, Roger Taylor, in the development office at CVCA, and we'll set up a time when we could talk.